Things gotta happen for things gotta happen. Welcome to Heathen's Garage. The Jeep's going racing again. So if you watched last week's video, we went racing in Rimby. And that was, I think, what I would call a disappointing success. Nothing went wrong. The Jeep did its thing, but due to my own personal failures of forgetting wastegate springs, not bringing my laptop for tuning, not really understanding that I need to push the log button every time, and various other things, that part was a little bit frustrating. Regardless of all that, we are going racing again this weekend. And we're going to a different track. It's actually like a one-time summer event in Alberta. It's probably one of the biggest car shows that's put on, and it's out in Three Hills. They do a race at the airport. I'm really excited about racing at the airport. If you've never done it, you gotta go try it. It's my favorite thing ever. I don't know what it is about being in an airstrip and getting to race down it. It's just awesome. We gotta get ready for that. Now, to understand what I mean by get ready, it means something different this time because I convinced my lovely wife to come with me. Since I plan on driving there, this thing needs to be a little more comfortable and not so awful. But there's also some important mechanical things that we need to do right away. Now we're outside, because the next thing we should worry about is the cooling system. Essentially, if we weren't moving, that Jeep was hot. Well over 200 kind of hot. Running 210 if we were just sort of idling through town. That isn't going to cut it. Shouldn't be a surprise. We've got one lousy fan, no shroud, and we've got a great big intercooler in front of the rat. To take care of both the shroud and the fan issue, we call upon our, assembly of parts laying around. Unfortunately, the donor is this Toyota Matrix, which is arguably our most reliable race car. But, things gotta happen for things gotta happen. So, is that a phrase? Sure. Anyways, it's windy as can be out here, so I'm just gonna pull it out and bring it inside, and we'll see if it's even close. This is our new fan. It's a little on the dirty side. We will wash it eventually, and I think I'm gonna paint it because it's pretty ugly. But it's a fan. It's got something resembling a shroud. I don't know why there's holes and everything. It's even got a surge tank, which would be pretty nice. Not that our, energy drink can wasn't working, but this would be kind of nice, wouldn't it? It'd need to get painted black or something because it's the most hideous color of white. So we're going to pop this one off quick, and then I can slip it in place, and you guys can see, and I can see, and we'll all see if it's going to fit. This existing fan is just a 13-inch that I got off old Amazon. It's nothing special. These are not coming off very nicely at all. They're just the worst. It's like somebody installed them the wrong way. That's what happened. Don't wreck all the fins, Heathen. Okay. Let's just see if it'll even come close to go. Not that way. How about this way? Well, the first thing we gotta do is this is too wide. So we're gonna zip this off quick and try again. Well, that's not exactly straight, but we can get it there. So I'm gonna cut this just to sort of bridge the gap or something. We'll see, I guess. Ow, that was hot. It's fine. We'll let the night crew fix it. Alright, radiator hose is really in the way, so we're just gonna pop it off quick time. I did put a drain pan down. I wonder if I'll get any of the coolant in it. Oh, perhaps there was more than one reason why it was running a little bit hot. Definitely fit between. It almost clears. Problem is, all these tabs, ouch, all these tabs are in the way, so we're gonna have to Zeus them off quick. Try again. With this part removed, now it's just sort of flush. I don't know how we're gonna fasten it in, but we're just gonna try again. Water pump snout is just right there in the way. If I could just get it in, I think we'd be home free. So close. So close. Gentle but forcefully, right, Ethan? Hey! It's in. Look at that, it's made for it. Oh, that's so good. I'm so happy. It fits so snug, we're not even gonna have to secure it. We will, don't get me wrong, but you wouldn't have to. That ought to be enough room. It's only a tickle, but It'll be enough. Alrighty, we're on to the next day. I gave this fan a wash. And our next thing we're gonna do is try and protect the edge of this from digging into the edge of the radiator, because that seems like it'd be a bad idea. The best idea I came up with on short notice is to put some tubing all the way around the outside. We'll unspool this, we'll cut a slot down it, and we'll wrap it around. I don't know, hopefully that'll work. I wonder if this is gonna work. It's all just gonna fall off. There's a hot rod out on the streets, I can hear it. It is amazing to me how this simple of a task has taken so much of my concentration. It does very clearly say on it, not for ice maker use. The other benefit is, this stuff's really cheap. It's like $3 for a roll. I can afford a roll like that. That's not so bad. As opposed to wrecking a radiator. Well, I don't know, it's sort of staying on there, and once it's up against the radiator, then it'll probably stay on there better, not worse. So I'm not saying it's the best solution or the right solution, but it's the solution I came up with. I should probably glue it in a few spots at least. Okay, while we wait for that glue to dry, we're gonna tackle a different thing altogether. This stuff. I think the real brand name is Dynamat, and then Amazon is Killmat. And this is cheaper than that, and it's called Silis Max Sound Deadener Thermal Shield. And we're actually going to be starting on the roof for a couple reasons. One, the roof's already clean-ish, so that helps. And number two, that's where all the sound is coming from. See that? All the time you're driving down the road. I did try to peel some of this off. It's just really good stuff, and it's like stuck on there, so we won't worry about it. Now, we've given this a quick wipe down with some old spray 9. Hopefully that's an adequate enough degreaser. It's a little cool in here, but I think it'll be okay. Like, I guess we'll just start. I want to cover the whole roof, so just gonna put a piece in. I read some of the instructions. Look at that, eh? You sort of push all the bubbles out through the side if you can. Start in the middle and work your way out. It's just like putting on like a screen protector on your phone. Okay, now you buy this tool for about $6 and you're supposed to roll it on here, and it says until the pattern disappears, which I'm assuming is sort of the square etchedness. Here, bubbles. Is that maybe good? I hope that's good. You know, right before I started putting this on, my wife texted me and said, 10 minutes till supper. I should stop starting things that I've never tried before right when I have to do something, because they might take longer than you expect. Is it quieter? It's actually... Maybe it's not. I don't know. We're gonna keep going after supper. And also, there's probably people who know how to do it a lot better than me. So, you know, this is what I'm doing. Choose your own adventure if it's wrong, or, you know, let me know if I'm doing it wrong or whatever. Alright, so we've done what I would call the absolute bare minimum, which is strips down the middle and something across the front here. And it is, like, it's not perfect, but it is astonishingly better already. As time allows, we are going to do more, obviously. I'll do the whole thing, and we'll do the floor and all that jazz. But time is not allowing right now. Today is Thursday, tomorrow's Friday, and we leave Saturday morning for the car show / airport drag race. So we need to move on to the next thing. This comfort item is great, and I'm happy with it, and it's going well, but it isn't the only thing on the priority list. We are on to mounts for the radiator fan. It's really basic and sort of, you know, caveman, but it works good. Let me show you. So this was basically just hack it up with a pair of tin snips and a grinder. Fits in one of these slots in the cooling fan. These two are going to support it upwards, and the other part's going to hold it inwards, and they just sort of slides in like that. 2 tech screws, done. I guess if a guy had been thinking harder, he could have used the mounting bolt, and that would have, you know, probably been nicer, but we didn't do that. We have wired up the fan. It is ready to try out. Look at that, eh? That's really moving some air. That's gonna be better, I think. I think we'll have success with that. And that is it for tonight. We didn't really accomplish as much as we wanted to, kind of like always, but, you know, we got some things done, and we'll be back at it, you know, first thing after work tomorrow, because that's our last chance to get some things done. And we got some things to do. See you in a second. Welcome to Friday night. I'm wearing the same hoodie and pants. This isn't a fashion show. Now that we have the cooling fan bolted in and ready to go, it's time to install this, which is a fuel pressure regulator. The Holley Sniper deal already has a regulator built in, but it's not what's called boost referenced. Essentially, fuel comes in here at whatever the pump can put out, and this will dump it back to the tank at your desired pressure on this gauge. So say you want 60 psi, it'll dump back what it doesn't need to the tank. Keeps it cool, prevents deadheading, etc., etc. The problem is the one built into the Holley is not what's called boost referenced, meaning as your boost pressure goes up, effectively your fuel pressure is going down inside the throttle body because atmospheric is coming up. If that means anything to anybody. Anyways, you need this, is the short version. If you don't have this, you run the risk of not enough fuel pressure. And not enough fuel pressure can mean lean, it can mean splotchy, poor spray pattern, a few things like that. So if you're running any amount of boost at all, you need this. I want to mount this right back here. Problem is, this is the door for the HVAC that used to live right here. Should have been covered up already. You're not allowed to have like a open space into the cab. So we got this, which is a piece of the old floor. I cut it into approximately a rectangle. We're gonna screw it to the firewall, and we'll put this on top and screw that on, and that'll all just be hunky-dory. So I didn't film much of the process there. I kind of got really into it and just sort of forgot about the fact that I was supposed to, you know, be entertaining or whatever. This is mounted. This is the fuel line into this. This is our boost line over to the engine. This is the return back to the tank. It's mounted. It's, I don't know, reasonably secure. We use just crummy old sheet metal screws on the patch, and then this has what are called riv nuts, which are sort of like rivets that are also nuts, and you can thread a machine screw into them. Against my better judgment, we threw a little bit of Loctite on that machine screw because I haven't had good success with them not backing out. So that'll be a nightmare someday, but not right this second. Other than that, it's in, it's ready to be tested and set. We're gonna do that quick, but I gotta look up the Holley manual, what pressure it's supposed to be, because I just don't remember right now. The number we're looking for here is about 60 psi, so we're just gonna fire it up, see where it goes to right now, and then we'll adjust it from there. Huh, something leaked. Everything leaked. The short version is something isn't right here. I don't exactly know what happened, but for some reason it pegged the gauge. And I don't really understand that, because it should have backed the tank and been happy, but for some reason it didn't open. Cranked all the way up or something. I'll try it again and see what happens. So this, I guess I should have known to back it out. It was just cranked way high, it looks like. And now I've blown a seal somewhere out of where it doesn't belong, so I guess we're taking it apart. I would guess it's this guy here. Pretty unfortunate. Like, I guess I should have checked it, but also at the same time, why would you ship that thing with it cranked to 1,000,000? Also, why would you crank it in before shipping it out to a pressure which it clearly can't withstand? It is what it is. Done. It's happened. It'll be okay. Pop the 4 screws that hold this on. Now we'll just take it apart so you see what's inside. So the top cap, it's nothing special. This is threaded. Goes in and out, has a thing there. Then there's a little deal and a spring. That goes in there. That's the part that you're compressing, so you put that in, it compresses the spring more. The boost pressure also goes in here and acts on this, which is a diaphragm. Good news is, this diaphragm does not appear to be destroyed, and I don't see any cracks in the housing. Hopefully we'll just put it back together and it'll be fine. Other than that, nothing to this. Ball is still in place. I don't know what was leaking. You see this little ball? This is the return hose, right? And it's got a little nipple that sticks up in the middle. And this little ball seals against that nipple. So you set that in there and it rides there. And that spring pushes down on it. When the pressure in here exceeds what the spring can do, it goes pop and lets it go down there. What we had happened was way too much spring pressure, and then it never popped up until something let go. I'm not exactly sure why it did that, but since I see nothing damaged, and I don't have x-ray vision, we're going to pop it back together, cross our fingers that it'll be okay. So, you know what else is neat is this 1/8 inch pipe plug that's in the front. Wasn't tight. Had no thread tape on it. Dope. Or I didn't even notice it was there. You can put a gauge in there, but I'd already cut my hose length, so the gauge is here. I don't know. I guess I'm fine with that. Try this again. So that's like 42, right? Turn it up half a turn, where that lands us. That's like 46. Let's go a full turn. Half one. Pretty well 58. We'll go a little more because I want the full 60. We can have just a little more. We're gonna call that good. Alright folks, that's good enough for now, I guess. We don't have to leave first thing in the morning, so I've got a few minutes that I can look around and just go through the thing quick. For now, it's 11 o'clock at night, and I'm just not that good at late nights, so we're going to call that a win. It doesn't seem to be leaking anymore, and the pressure is close enough that it'll start and we can tweak it in the morning if we have to. Well folks, bright and early in the morning. I've been at this thing for a couple hours already, and everything's just right back to where it's supposed to be. I changed wastegate springs and bolted the seat down because apparently I missed 2 of the bolts, and we're packing up and getting out of here. We'll see you when we get there.